So I think many of the journalists and stakeholders here will have seen our npower Business Energy Index at some point during the last year, which is an annual survey of our business energy users. And this is now in its 8th year, and it showed this year that energy risk is the primary risk for major energy users, above even health and safety and credit risk, which are some of the more traditional risks that businesses face. But what do we mean more specifically by energy risk? Well, we mean the tangible risks that impact the competitiveness of end users and ultimately the bottom line for those end users. And as you can see in the table on the left there, energy risk, ranked out of 10, is first for major energy users. Perhaps unsurprisingly, it ranks slightly lower for SMEs, where we're likely to see less energy-intensive businesses, but nonetheless it's still the 5th risk for SMEs. Although energy is identified as the number 1 risk for the major energy users, not all have an energy strategy in place. And for the SMEs, only half have an energy strategy in place, which is a slightly odd thing, really, that you see that it's the major risk, but yet there are certain businesses that still aren't managing that risk properly. For major energy users, supply costs are still the top concern, and market prices remain high, and volatility continues. Legislative compliance for the 2nd year is the 2nd most pressing concern. This year, of course, we've seen changes to the CRC, to the feed-in tariff, the beginnings of the electricity market reform, including the carbon price floor, and major energy users in particular are feeling the strain. Well up the list of priorities as well is reputational risk for energy end users, which is perhaps a